Welcome. Today we uncover the life and legacy of Albert Einstein, a mind that changed the world forever. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, the Kingdom of Württemberg, RG, then part of the German Empire. His parents, Hermann and Pauline Einstein, were from a secular Jewish background, placing more importance on cultural and social values rather than strict religious observance. From an early age, Albert showed remarkable signs of independent thinking and a deep curiosity about the world around him. As a child, Einstein was not a nearly talker, causing great concern for his parents and suitors. It was said that they could barely speak in full sentences until he was around 9 years old. This peculiarity, however, was soon outshined by his mind's relentless curiosity. He would spend hours examining the forces of nature and pondering mysteries many children and did not take an interest in. One defining moment of his young life when he was 5 revolved around a magical object, a small compass given by his father. Einstein was mesmerized by how the needle was tirelessly pulled by mysterious invisible forces. This first encounter with the concept of invisible laws governing the universe planted seeds for his future theories. Growing up, Einstein was captivated by music, learning to violin under his mother's guidance. His musical ability was not simply a hobby. He often said that music helped him think out some of his most complex scientific side as. He believed there was a profound connection between art and science, feeling that both relied on deep intuition. Contrary to widespread myths, Einstein was a gifted student, especially in mathematics and physics. He detested the strict, rote-memorization approach of German primary education, which stifled his creativity and innate love for inquiry. A teacher once even said he would never amount to anything, a proclamation that history would gladly par over wrong. At age 16, Einstein made a radical choice. He renounced his German citizenship to pursue a life that would allow greater intellect and personal freedom. He moved to Switzerland, a country known for its more liberal thought and political neutrality. Seeking a better future, he prepared for admission to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich. Although he excelled in the mathematics and physics sections, he fell short in the areas of languages and humanities, leading to his initial failure of the entrance exam. However, his academic prowess in the natural sciences was so remarkable that the heads of the institution advised him to complete his formal education and reapply, which he eventually did. Fun fact: despite being recognized as a genius later in life, young Einstein showed great stubbornness and dislike for authority, qualities which both hindered and supported his career path. He refused to blindly accept tradition, even when it meant standing alone. These early formative years not only shaped Einstein's character, but also laid the groundwork for our theoretical frameworks that would soon revolutionize human understanding of space, time, energy, and gravity. In the face of social expectations, family concerns, and academic struggles, Albert Einstein's unyielding curiosity and imagination remained his guiding forces, taking him steadily on the path toward legend. Albert Einstein's journey from a student to a renowned scientist was not instantaneous. After graduating from the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in 1900, he found it difficult to secure a job in teaching research, despite scoring high in his physics and mathematics exams. He endured a period of frustration, working temporary jobs and devoting his spare time to intensive self-study, eventually landing a clerical position at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. At this seemingly ordinary job, Einstein reviewed applications for invent ions and reflected deeply on fundamental concepts of physics. During his off hours, he conducted mental experiments, questioning accepted ideas and developing the groundwork for his scientific breakthroughs. In 1905, his known Annus Mirabilis, or Miracle Year, he published 4 groundbreaking papers in Annalender Physik. One explained the photoelectric effect, proving light could behave as particles and waves, laying the foundation for quantum theory. Another paper demonstrated Brownian motion, confirming the existence of atoms and molecules. Most famously, he invented special relativity, challenging Newtonian physics and showing that the speed of light is constant regardless of observer movement. This led to the Economist equation EMC2, revealing that mass and energy are interconvertible. While these papers did not immediately make them famous in the public eye, Einstein's brilliance was quickly recognized by leading physicists, gradually building his reputation. Meanwhile, his private life was complicated. He married Mileva Maric, his former classmate, in 1903. Their marriage wasn't to be balance of intellectual partnership and personal strain. Ultimately, their marriage deteriorated due to growing personal and social pressures. In 1915, after years' relentless pursuit, Einstein presented the general theory of relativity, addressing gravity in an entirely new way. He theorized that massive objects bend past time, causing gravity, an idea which radically transformed physics. This brilliant new theory was confirmed by observations made during the solar eclipse of 1919 by Sir Arthur Eddington, who proved that starlight bent around the sun and just as in Einstein's predictions. The confirmation was a media frenzy, rocketing Einstein to international fame and making him the face of modern physics almost overnight. Fun fact, after the eclipse, Einstein's image appeared on the front pages worldwide, an event unprecedented for scientists before him. Within this period, Einstein was not just a celebrated scientist, but also a global icon of intellect, curiosity, and hope, roles she would embrace and struggle with throughout his life. Following his worldwide fame after 1919, Einstein's life changed forever. Invitations, honors, and awards poured in. He became a professor at the University of Berlin and a member of the Prussian Academy of Sciences, granting him freedom to pursue his research. Although celebrated, Einstein found fame overwhelming. He disliked public appearances and the endless attention, longing instead for quiet study and reflection. Despite this, he used his influence for greater causes. A passionate advocate for civil rights and pacifism, Einstein spoke openly against militarism and nationalism, particularly as tensions rose in Europe. He warned of the dangers posed by rising fascist ideologies, notably in Germany, even as the Nazi movement was still gaining momentum. In the scientific world, Einstein sought a grander goal, a unified field theory that would merge gravity and electromagnetism into a single framework. While he made significant efforts, the complete theory eluded him throughout his life. In 1921, Einstein received the Nobel Prize in Physics, not for relativity, but for his explanation of the photoelectric effect, which had profound implications for quantum mechanics. Interestingly, Einstein remained skeptical of some aspects of quantum theory, famously remarking, "God does not play dice with the universe," reflecting his discomfort with the randomness implied by quantum mechanics. During this period, Einstein's personal life faced turmoil. His marriage to Mileva Maric ended in divorce in 1919, and soon after, he married his cousin Elsa Lowenthal. Elsa became not only his spouse, but also his shield against the pressures of fame, organizing his life and public engagements. In the 1930s, as the Nazi threat intensified, Einstein, being Jewish and an outspoken critic of Hitler, found himself in grave danger. His books were burned. He was labeled an enemy of the state. Foreseeing the catastrophe ahead, Einstein left Germany in 1933 and emigrated to the United States, where he accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. Einstein's move marked a new chapter. In America, he continued to advocate for civil liberties and the rights of refugees, becoming a symbol of hope for many. Despite offers from other prestigious institutions, Einstein chose Princeton as his academic home, valuing its freedom and intellectual atmosphere. A fascinating moment came in 1939 when Einstein, alerted by physicist Leo Szilard about Germany's potential development of nuclear weapons, signed a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt urging the United States to begin atomic research. Although he later regretted this action, believing in peace above all, Einstein's influence indirectly contributed to the Manhattan Project. Thus, the man who revolutionized science also navigated a complex world of politics, ethics, and responsibility. As much as he valued theoretical beauty, Einstein recognized the profound impact of science on human destiny. Welcome back! Now let's dive into the later years of Albert Einstein's life, where he continued to influence the world both scientifically and personally. After fleeing Nazi Germany, Einstein settled in the United States, accepting a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. He quickly became a symbol not only of intellectual genius, but also of moral courage. Despite his fame, Einstein lived a relatively modest and private life, preferring simple clothes and walking to work every day. Throughout his later years, Einstein remained deeply committed to civil rights and humanitarian causes. He was a vocal opponent of racism, segregation, and violence. He joined the NAACP and worked closely with civil rights leaders like W.E.B. Du Bois. Einstein once stated that racism was America's worst disease. His support for African American rights, especially during the 1940s and 1950s, was rare and courageous for a public figure of his stature. In addition to his activism, Einstein continued his scientific pursuits. He spent much of his later career searching for a unified field theory, an ambitious attempt to combine all the fundamental forces of nature into a single framework. Although he never succeeded in completing this theory, his work paved the way for many future discoveries in physics. One of the most misunderstood aspects of Einstein's later life was his relationship with the atomic bomb. Although he signed a letter to President Roosevelt urging the development of nuclear weapons, fearing Nazi Germany might create them first, Einstein later deeply regretted his involvement. He became an outspoken advocate for nuclear disarmament and global peace, warning humanity about the dangers of unchecked scientific advancement without moral responsibility. As Einstein aged, he continued to write, speak, and inspire. He refused surgery for an abdominal aneurysm, famously saying, "I want to go when I want to go. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially." On April 18, 1955, Albert Einstein passed away peacefully at the age of 76. His brain was removed during the autopsy for scientific study, sparking both fascination and controversy. Even after his death, Einstein's impact on the world only grew. His name became synonymous with genius, creativity, and imagination. His theories continue to guide modern physics, and his humanitarian ideals still inspire new generations. Today, Albert Einstein stands not just as a scientific icon, but as a symbol of how knowledge, compassion, and courage can shape humanity for the better. His life story reminds us that true greatness lies not only in intelligence, but in the willingness to fight for a better, more just world. Stay tuned, because in the final part, we will explore some surprising and lesser-known facts about Einstein that will definitely blow your mind. Albert Einstein's life was full of surprises that didn't just define his career, but also how we understand the universe today. As a young boy, Einstein didn't speak until he was almost 4. His parents, deeply concerned, thought there was something wrong with him. Yet this so-called late bloomer went on to become one of the greatest minds of all time. He didn't just change physics, but his insights into life, philosophy, and spirituality were groundbreaking. In 1952, after Israel's first president, David Ben-Gurion, passed away, Einstein was offered the presidency of Israel despite his lack of political experience. Einstein was honored, but turned down the offer, saying he didn't have political knowledge and was too old. His humility matched his personal life, where he was known for his quirky preferences. Einstein famously hated wearing socks, calling them unnecessary and uncomfortable. But it wasn't just his personality that was memorable. It was his love for music. Einstein often played the violin, considering it as essential to his life as his work in physics. Music was a way for him to express emotions when words failed. His favorite composer was Mozart, and he believed music had a deep connection to the universe. Einstein's rebellious spirit was captured in the famous photograph where he stuck out his tongue at the camera. This image became a symbol of his defiance against societal norms. It resonated with millions of people who admired his humor and unconventional approach to life. His spirituality also played a major role in his legacy. Einstein didn't believe in a personal God, but he did feel a deep connection to the universe, calling it a cosmic religion. He believed the laws of physics were a reflection of a higher intelligence. His religious beliefs were often misunderstood, but his reverence for the universe was clear. After his death, Einstein's brain was preserved by pathologist Thomas Stoltz Harvey to study the source of his genius. Although many scientists examined it, no conclusive evidence was found to explain his extraordinary intellect. Maybe his true genius was in his curiosity and ability to question reality itself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through Einstein's life, please like, comment, and share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating content. See you in the next video.